Finally. I'm not totally sure how this setup's going to work. So I just kind of jimmy rig something together so that I could live stream. What's up? Can you hear me? Need to make sure that the volume works and you guys can see me because the last few days have just been kind of crazy. What's going on? Perfect. So I figured I would live stream today because I haven't really done it in a while, and I don't know, I just figured I'd answer some questions because I've been seeing a lot of questions on our videos that I haven't really gotten around to answering. And a lot of people Snapchat me as well and try to get a hold of me on there and ask me questions, and I just don't I don't have the time to answer everybody. So I figured that if I do a live stream, then I can answer like individual questions. And then, yes, I am tired as a matter of fact because I was up late trying to jimmy rig my computer back together. Plus the light isn't too flattering. I've got a mixture of like inside lights and there's a window right there. And the kitchen is a mess because I've been building a new computer basically. My original plan for the computer was to take my old one, reuse parts from it, put it into a new case, get new parts so that I could up the performance on it. And I got it all together and everything. And then I realized that, you know, I couldn't plug in the USB ports and stuff. And there was a lot of things that didn't work on the new computer. So I had to go through, reorder like a new motherboard and everything for my computer. And now I'm currently waiting on Amazon, actually FedEx, I should say. It's not really Amazon's fault. For my CPU cooler, my power supply unit, and my RAM sticks for my new computer because since some parts are incompatible, I can't use the new computer, and I kind of had to throw my old one back together, and that's what I'm currently live streaming on. So I'm going to start answering some questions. That video that I made last night was actually like kind of supposed to go with Sunday's video, but unfortunately there was so much footage for Sunday's video that I decided to kind of split it off there and then just do a live stream. So that way it's kind of like a two for today. So can you have a shout out? Yes, you can. Agent 101. For those of you who wonder or constantly message me on Snapchat and ask, I don't do Snapchats on my channel unless it's on a live stream or stuff because, especially if I were to do it in my videos, then everybody starts to ask, and then, you know, it starts to take away from the channel because there's just so many people asking for shout outs. Jamie is working right now at school. Did you go to college for ag? Spencer Hoyt. Yes, I did. I went to UW-Platteville for ag business with a minor in soil and crop science. I graduated in 2015, started in the fall of 2011, started right after college. So I don't know if someone else commented that again, but yes, I am tired. Plus the light kind of probably actually does make my face look a little bit more blue, like I'm tired or something. CPQ cooler that I got is the NZXT Kraken, I think it is. Thanks, Richard. Seeding has been going pretty good, except for thunderstorms started a few days ago, and today is the first day where it's actually nice out. That's why I'm probably only going to live stream until like 12:30, because there's a lot of stuff to do, and I've been actually extremely busy just trying to do everything. So, Farm Day info. Farm Day is going to be on June 23rd. You can find more info on our website, howfarmswork.com, under the official store. Go to the Farm Day ticket. Kind of depends on the weather. I think it should be about the same as it was last year. It's more like a meet and greet, I guess you could say. I had quite a line last year. Even though I hadn't intended there to be a line, a lot of people I think I had like a line of like 50 people at one point. And I tried going through them as fast as I can, but I did want to get a chance to talk. Yeah, I don't doubt that the blue light that's making me look sad is from the window. Unfortunately, I can't just throw something over it. I don't have any blinds covering that one. I could turn, I guess, but I mean, the kitchen is kind of a disaster. That's why I have the cupboards behind me, because all of my computer parts are just splayed out on the counter. So, Dad also works at Rayvac. Will you show Roxy in a vlog? I mean, I think she actually was in the video today, I think. I haven't seen any corn that's popped up yet. I just checked the first of the corn 1 or 2 days ago that we had planted, and it was just starting to sprout. So, which tractor gets used most in a year? Probably the 7600, honestly. Oh, thanks. Where's that button? There it is. Whew. Anything to say to the kids at Ag Show? I don't know. Don't skip class. How much do you have left to plant? I think we've got about 100 acres of corn left to plant. We were trying to get it all done before the rain started, but unfortunately, we just couldn't do so. We did run into a few problems with getting the planter going, blowing hoses and stuff. And I think it's Sunday's video where I blew a hose in the VT. So you have that to look forward to. How many acres do you guys farm? Kevin Brookhart from Pennsylvania, land of small farms. And I know the Midwest farms have a lot more acreage on average. Yes, most farms around here do have more acreage, even though, back in the days when I can't think of the program, the government's program where they allowed people just to kind of take over land and farm it. I mean, they gave away land in 160 acre squares. But over time, it's just kind of grown because people need more acres just to make a living. You Truffle Shuffle, you satisfied with your new PC? No, I'm not. I haven't even been able to fire it up yet. I did fire it up, but that was with the old parts in it. I just decided to go ahead and kind of switch out parts for it because there were a lot of bottlenecks in it. The GPU couldn't run at full speed. And I don't know. I got to shave, man. Just haven't taken the time. I'm from Wisconsin. What's the latest time you can plant? I think the latest that you want to be planting is like June, I think it is. It might be June 5th before you start seeing yield impact. So, stupid phone. All right. Do you think you ever get a job other than farming and photography? I'd rather not. I particularly enjoy what I do. I really can't see myself doing anything else. If I had to, I would. If I absolutely had to, but I just don't see myself wanting to do anything else. Good for you, Janik the Legend. Frank Metcalf. Platteville, Bloomington. Oh yeah, I was just there yesterday. All right. I'm going to try to, wow, there are just so many comments. We are from Potosi in southwestern Wisconsin. Why do you use the 8235 on the VT? You should only need a 50 horsepower tractor on a Travis. Yes, totally. That's what they like to say. The bad thing about farming today is that you need more and more ground to make a decent living. Used to people in our area, East Tennessee, could make it on 50 or 100 acres. It's not just feasible anymore. BNC farms. Yeah, and that's kind of the same way it is around here with dairy farms. A lot of dairy farms around here used to be only 30 cow herds back in the 70s and 60s, but unfortunately, it's just not enough to make a living anymore. So, hey, Minnesota Oliver and Deere, you think beef and cash crop better than dairy farming? Caused by me north of Green Bay, a lot of small farmers, and they struggle. I think that cash crop and beef are currently in a better situation than dairy, especially with the current state of the dairy market. I mean, go to the grocery store and a gallon of milk is only like $1.30. And that's just, I don't know. I guess demand just isn't there anymore, but I don't know what you'd really blame that on, whether it be people who don't really support dairy. I mean, there's a lot of negativity surrounding it. I mean, I'm constantly trolling videos that are trashing like dairy farmers and stuff. So I just do it for fun. Will you hit the ground going into beans with the 630 before you VT? I mean, I don't think we will. Really, we could just hit it with the VT once and it would be fine. As far as like trying to break up the trash and stuff, the VT is better suited to that. If you wanted to throw more dirt over it, then we could. But with the job that the VT's done in previous years, I don't really see us having to use the 630. In my opinion, like I will admit, up on top of the hill here, I did go through and hit the hay up there with the VT, and even running over it 2 times, it just didn't really work down the greatest. And I just feel that like the disc probably would have worked better on that, but I think everything else the VT does a way better job on. Oh man. Okay. Comments are just going so quick. I'm doing pretty good, Llama King. Cows are doing great. I live close to you, Claire Bear. Cool. How many acres did you guys have back when you did dairy? Before we ran any rented ground? I don't know, 800. How many hours do all your tractors have? I mean, I can't really remember off the top of my head. What I've usually said was the 4640 has about 4,000 overhaul. The 82 has a little over 2,000. The 76 has over 7,000, and I'm not sure where the 4020 is. Would you recommend the 825i after having it for a bit? Have you had any issues on it? We haven't had really any issues on it. There was something that went on with the brakes where we had to take it back, but that was under warranty. Otherwise, it's been really nice just having the cab on it because A, it goes faster than the mule, and you can drive in winter without freezing to death. How do you irrigate your crops? By pure rain. How many cows do you have? Right now we're sitting around 75, I think. Do you guys send your cows to Johnson Village Sausages? No, our cows, we just take all to the sales barn when we go to sell them. And typically we sell them as feeders. So another farmer will pick them up, finish them out, and then they'll then go to slaughter. When are you going to get a Massey? I mean, I have no plans on that. We don't have a New Holland. We demoed one a while back, but we never bought one. What's up, Jacob Hagan? Happy birthday. Brian Phillips, would you consider making a video about your camera equipment or video gear? I have previously. If you want to go on our channel, you can scroll through the videos, and I think I've done it like 2 or 3 times. But I'm not going to make any videos on my new camera equipment because, and it's nothing against you guys. I really don't care for the majority of you, but there are a couple smaller video or YouTube channels that do watch for when I do stuff like that, and they go out and buy the cameras that I buy to try to make the equivalent videos that I do. And I mean, if you guys are interested, I mean, if you message me personally, I probably will tell you if I do have the time, that is. But I'm not really too big on sharing it anymore because then those same channels that are buying the cameras that I have are spinning around and saying how their videos are better. I don't know. There's a lot of drama that goes on in the whole ag YouTube channel community, and I just prefer to stay out of it. Is planning ahead or behind normal years? I know that last year we were we started out and we were ahead, but I think we're pretty average right now, especially since it's just the 4th of May. We got plenty of time left, and we just had our first rain during planting, but it looks like the weather is going to be clear for the next week or so. So I think we're going to get a lot done. What is your favorite band? Good question. I know I liked One Republic there for a while. Linkin Park probably still is my favorite band. What graphics card did I put in my computer? Yes, it was a 1080 Ti. If you're looking to make videos, you don't need a graphics card that's that good, honestly. I got it because there's certain stuff that I need it for to accelerate how fast I make videos. If you're just making videos as a hobby, I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years and I'm just starting to upgrade my stuff. If you're looking to do YouTube videos, you don't need to have that fantastic of stuff in your computer. Did you find new people to put ads in your videos? No, but I might be working with Fastline on some stuff. Not totally sure what's behind that, but I don't really have any control over the ads on my channel. So, well, thank you for joining, Will Case. I hope you enjoy our channel. Is there any reasoning behind the sudden rise in video quality and trying to make the videos a much higher quality? Brian Phillips. Part of it is because the whole YouTube, like thing with reducing income. I think I might have explained it in my last video, where I did say that, you know, I wanted to try to keep increasing my video quality, because with how farms work, I do plan on joining the big leagues. I mean, I've never really had a goal to be huge, but I've really decided that in order to keep growing and in order to keep sustaining the YouTube channel, just because how the income on it is going down, 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 I decided that I would, you know, actually invest in how farms work pretty good for the first time. And that way try to, you know, increase our video quality and try to make it enjoyable, more enjoyable, I should say. I mean, there's nothing wrong with how my videos were, but I feel like having updated equipment will more complement my ability to make videos. All right. What CPU did you pick out? An i7-7820, I think it was. It's an octa-core processor. It's installed in my computer, but I can't use it because the motherboard doesn't have a CPU cooler on it, nor does it have a power supply. Actually, I have a power supply for my friend, but yeah, I don't have RAM sticks for it either. You got the agriculture class for your junior year. Awesome. Rocky the Lover. Planting corn today? No, it's much too wet. It was just raining last night, as a matter of fact. How do you earn so much money from farming to buy all them expensive tractors? Well, let's put it this way. No farmer, actually most farmers aren't just outright buying their equipment. Typically what they're doing is they're doing leases, and they're taking out loans for their equipment. They're dividing the cost of the equipment over its lifespan. So that way the cost of it is lower. Over time, I mean, equipment cost is just soared, and I really don't think it's matched what the like farming income, you know? So I'm glad to hear that, Minnesota Outlaw Deer. Will you do more videos to music? I'm trying to, probably not. I'm trying to maintain a certain mix, because when I do videos with more music in them, people complain because I don't talk. And then when I talk, people complain because I talk. So I have to find like the sweet spot. That's why I do a little bit of both. Are you guys planning on raising calves again this summer? Possibly. Rick Van Jake. Probably totally butchered that. I'm sorry. Have you heard about China cutting ties and buying less and less soybeans from America? And if so, how do you feel that will affect you? Well, I'll tell you what, it did make soybean prices go down a little bit, but corn prices are rising too to compensate. Maybe, well, not really to compensate, I should say, but corn prices are going up. I don't know. I feel like it did have an impact, but not really a huge impact. Not as big as an impact as what I thought it would originally. If there's that much drama in the YouTube ag community, maybe I should become the Dr. Phil show and try to make some peace. Yeah, I mean, I actually used to watch quite a few other farmers, but over time, I mean, I would be watching a video, and then they'd go in and like start, you know, like complaining about me and saying how, oh, and then it's just like, okay, well, I've just found it's a lot easier just to mind my own business and just kind of do my own thing. And that way, when I do make videos, if something does copy someone else, I can say, hey, it's a coincidence, because honestly, I don't check out anybody else's channel. Everything that I come up with is original, or I've, you know, just taken it and came up with it from somewhere else, not like stolen it directly from another YouTuber. I would never, hey, this little farmer did this, I should do the exact same thing. Not going to do that. What do you think of farming simulator games? I think they're fun. I just haven't had a lot of time to play them. So, do you do any supplemental irrigation or rely solely on rainfall? We do complete rainfall. Unfortunately, on dry years, that does negatively impact us, but it also negatively impacts a lot of other farmers as well. Most notably in 2012, during the drought year, we had a widespread drought and prices rose to compensate. Most of the time, we do get plenty of rain to take care of it. So, when will you do first cutting? Not until the 1st of June. I'm going to guess around the 2nd week of June. But we got to kind of work around. I wasn't really crazy about putting the farm day in June this year. I wanted to stick with August because of this, because we're just so busy. We're going to go straight from planting into cutting hay, into making hay, and into the farm day. Are you a big scale farm? I can't tell because our farm in Cornwall is really small compared to yours. To a lot of farmers, we might be. Honestly, we might be huge. But in all reality, in comparison to other farms in our area, we're not huge. So somebody's here. What about a bouncy? Yeah, there's been a rolling joke about a bouncy house. Hold on. I gotta send a text real quick. I hear a truck outside. Unfortunately, I know too well that it's not FedEx delivering my computer parts. So, hey, Travis, Dad, if you're watching, what you're looking for is in the back of my truck. Be right back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. They got it. All right. Back to answering some questions. What's the biggest thing you hate about farming? I don't really know. Probably one of my biggest gripes about it, and this is probably one of the bigger gripes about YouTube as well, is that YouTube making videos demands a lifestyle where you have regularity, right? Because in order to be successful on YouTube, you got to have a schedule. You got to upload videos kind of regularly so that people know when to expect them. And as a farmer, there's a lot of irregularity. I mean, farming is a lifestyle that demands an irregular lifestyle. So I don't know. That's probably one of my bigger gripes. So is this what you're looking for? There you go. Yeah, I like my piece. It's going to light up cool when it's done. Travis is sitting here admiring my computer. Yeah, that's the size comparison to my other one. Holy cow. Yeah, you should see the graphics card. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over on my desk, but that's a mess. So, sorry guys, I'm kind of going off the wall. Bring it out here. I'll show you the size of my graphics card. I wish I could do a comparison. So here's my graphics card. The one that's in the computer that I'm running right now is about that big from the bottom. It's probably like a quarter of the size. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to get it all fired up and everything. I mean, I've got the CPU put in, but when I had it installed before, my biggest issue with it was that the motherboard really couldn't handle it, and it was kind of throttling my speed. So, yep, I'll be over in a bit. You'll be happy with your new computer, I'm sure I will. I would show you guys, but I don't really want to reveal the mess of computer parts on my counters over there. So, are you keeping the duals on the 4640 this summer, Jacob? We were actually talking about that. We were thinking maybe we would, but I don't really think we'll have a reason to take them off. I mean, the 76 can do most of the jobs that we need it to do, and if there's anything that we need the 46 for, like raking, I mean, we've raked with the duals on it before, so. Everyone should get along and quit complaining. Really, I'm watching both of your channel, Local Farms, and another. I don't remember. They're all important, and I watch them all equally. JD Lewis. Yeah, that's kind of my whole philosophy behind YouTube. I really wish that like a lot of the smaller farmers would just kind of, or farmer channels, I should say, would really just kind of stick to their own guns. I mean, you don't need to pull down other channels to make your own good. So. Do you miss Big Blue, Rocky the Lover? Yes, I do. Quite a bit, actually. That was a nice tractor. Way too expensive for our budget, but it was very nice. Thomas Keating, want to harvest rocks? I got plenty. No thanks. So, hello from France, Ryan. Egger Savoy. I can't really tell. I wanted to ask you your point of view of the French agriculture. I really haven't looked into European agriculture all that much. There are some key differences between, farming, in the EU compared to over here, but I won't dive too much into it. Sorry I keep asking, but have you ever thought about buying a John Deere 6000 series tractor, Farmer Joss 8345R? No problem, Matt. There's no problem asking repeatedly. Honestly, there's so many questions going on here, and I have a tendency to ramble on that I don't get a chance to answer all of them, but I'm trying my best. Honestly, if we were to look for a 6000 series tractor, I would look for one with a loader on it. But for the right price, there's no reason we would not look for a 6000 series tractor. They're not too small for us. Do you find building computers challenging? I find building computers stressful, especially when I was putting this one together. I was just so stressed, hoping that I didn't, mess anything up. But at least now I have the parts to have two computers. I'm going to use my other computer, my big one, for just editing videos. It's not even going to be connected to the internet like ever. And then actually I'll have to connect it every now and then just to maintain my subscriptions. But then the one I'm using right now, I'm probably just going to keep using to upload videos. So that way my other one doesn't have to run all the time. Michael Bruce, never stop farming. Dang right. How many days do you spend picking rocks? Not too many, honestly. We need to spend more picking rocks, I feel. But there's just kind of like a narrow window where we can actually go in and pick them out. And we just have so much going on. It's just, we have to kind of weigh our options as far as choosing what to do. Do you like being a farmer? I love it. I love being my own boss. In my region, we have many farms that don't use pesticides and et cetera, and farmers don't buy their seeds from Monsanto, et cetera. Yeah, that's not surprising because I'm not totally sure what the state of France is, but for the majority of the EU, you can't. I'm pretty sure they ban GMOs basically. So, Ben Bonderson, do you watch Minnesota Millennial Farmer? No, I do not. Bigger grain drill? No, don't really have a need for one. We finished all of our. We put in all of our oats within like a few hours, so getting a bigger seed drill would be pretty unnecessary. What is your dream tractor? Probably an 8400R. Thomas Keating. Okay, seriously, why John Deere? Because it's what we've always had. It's what we know. We know that a lot of the equipment is reliable. We know what pieces of equipment aren't reliable through experience, and it's just something that we've had and we'll probably always stick to unless we do find a better deal. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest. A lot of the deals that we do find out there, really. John Deere's, especially older John Deere's like the 4640, you really can't find deals like that with many other brands. Not saying that I wouldn't want to try out other brands. It's just the fact that, I don't know, I feel like John Deere's really maintain their value. So thanks. Is that your name? Oh, Timothy Hatton. Thank you for that. I'm actually making money off the super chat now. I didn't get anything from it before, but actually I'm starting to get it now. So Timothy Hatton, you should come to Australia to see our outback cattle. It's 100,000 square kilometers big. Sounds absolutely huge. But yes, I would love to go to Australia someday and check it all out. So how big of RAM sticks did you get? Jesse, I got two 16 gigabyte RAM sticks. So that's 32 gigabytes of RAM total. They're pretty expensive. So, was your grandpa fun to work with on the farm? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've told this story. Actually, I'm pretty sure I might have told it in another live stream, but grandpa was pretty relaxed a lot of times. There was one particular time that I remember where is the stream lagging? Because on my screen it is. But anyway, back to what I was saying. One winter when we were still milking, when grandpa was still around, I took the mule out for a ride, and I just went out to the field along the highway, and I was feeling a little mischievous, I'll admit. I went and drew a certain object that probably isn't G-rated for kids, and I drew it in the snow just with the gate or with the mule, just for fun. And I completely forgot about it after I did it. Well, some relatives came down, and can you at least hear me? Hear me fine? I'm going to close out some of my programs to make sure that nothing's updating or anything. So that's probably what's going on. But back to what I was saying, after I drew that in the field, one of my relatives came down and complained to my grandpa about it. And I'm not totally sure what they said. If they he said he talked to me about it. Well, I went in that night and just to talk to him, and he said, "So, did you draw something out in the field out there?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, actually, he didn't even say anything. He just started laughing, and he didn't say anything about it after that. So he was pretty relaxed about some of that stuff. I was expecting him to kind of chew me out for it, but he didn't. Do you make enough to live a comfortable life farming? I only ask this because it is something that really interests me and would like to start farming myself. Me personally, do I make enough money to make a living from farming? Just to live off farming? No. And not most of the time. However, what I do is I do a lot of things. I'm a very busy person. I have my own photography business. I do the YouTube thing on the side. And it's all in all, it does kind of, pay the bills. So if you work a second job, I know that you can make it work farming. You'll just be working basically 2 jobs, and it's very difficult, very stressful, but it's very worth it. So I do look kind of tired though. My eyes are like, I think it's because of the window in front of me. It's actually kind of bright. $75.20 Deere. Thank you very much. I ran a washer through our big tractor, ended up in the piston, and sent some photos to Travis. Jeez. That doesn't sound like a very fun day. Would you buy a fairway mower? Depends. I don't particularly know. I'm not totally sure I've seen a fairway mower, honestly. I think I have. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know for sure. Which MCN are you currently with, Matthew Hogue? I am not with any MCN now. I was with Carbon Media Group, but unfortunately they closed their MCN down starting in July, and they had already started pulling ads, or they weren't, going out and looking for new advertisers. So I was losing profits there. So I could have stuck with them through July, but I decided to just kind of end it early so that way I could, actually start looking at my analytics and seeing how much money I'm making. The stream is lagging and it's bothering me. What is a MOCO? MOCO actually stands for mower conditioner, and it's basically it cuts the hay and then it crimps it to make it dry faster compared to just like a regular mower. Can you make a video about beef economic aspect? I could. I don't really follow the egg or the beef market too closely, mostly because I only sell my cattle in the spring. I think that's typically when cattle prices are pretty good. But smaller farms in Wisconsin looking for farm hands for help. I'm considering about changing careers and would love to find a decent paying job to learn from the pros and maybe start my own farm one day. Matthew Loomis. I don't know of any farms in particular that are looking. I get messages every single day about, anybody that's looking for workers. And unfortunately, I really don't. But I'm sure there are a lot of jobs out there. It's just, you have to know where to look. When I went to UW-Platteville, there was always a board that had job listings for farmers, for like milking cows and stuff. Usually they're looking for people who are going to want to milk like in the mornings and stuff. But if you want to do it, the jobs are out there. So. With the season under your belt with the Easy Trail, are you guys satisfied with this wagon? Which easy trail? Like the grain cart that we've had for a couple of years? Oh, that was you who stopped. Okay. Did you mow already with your 445? No, actually, we were just doing work on the lawnmowers yesterday. So getting them all ready to go. Changed the oil in mine. Fixed Travis's mower deck. Worked on Dad's. Gonna message my friend because he's wondering where his power supply unit is anymore. You can come pick it up at your convenience. So yeah, I'm Chris. For those of you who just joined, I'm currently sitting in. I've been waiting for like 2 days now for my computer parts to come in. And they've been sitting in Chicago for 3 days, and I called them up this morning. You know, like where are these parts at? They should have been here on the 2nd, and basically they lost my computer parts. So now it sounds like the earliest I'm going to get them is like Tuesday. Are you happy with your new mower? So far I am. I haven't actually mowed anything with it yet, but I'm sure it'll do just fine. Hello to Norway from Wisconsin, Jonas. Would you buy a diesel Dodge truck like a 5.9? If so, first, and then second or third? What? I mean, I already have a GMC Duramax, so I don't really have a reason to buy another Dodge. Well, thanks for commenting that, Butch. All the positive comments are what actually makes me keep going with this whole How Farms Work thing. And I've been trying to decide what to do as far as, you know, how the monetary side on YouTube's going, because ads aren't playing as much as they used to. My income on YouTube has dropped more than half. So I'm having difficulty. Part of the thing about How Farmers Work is that, you know, I put so much time into this, and it has to justify my time that I put in. And the way that the money has been going, like I just said, it dropped by half. So I'm kind of on the fence on whether to start putting more time into it or just kind of start weaning off a little bit, because I'm really not making enough money to justify. So I don't know. I just decided to kind of jump off the bridge and invest in it. So I don't know you, somebody Annan. I don't know you either. What are you? Do you love Duramax? Yes, I do. The Cadster. What's up, Mini Channel? Would you ever get a New Holland T7? I would like to, but it would have to be for the right price, honestly, because the one that we had demoed was pretty expensive and it was way out of our price range. So that's the bad thing about like new tractors and stuff, is that, yeah, like the new tractors are expensive. They have crazy amounts of depreciation on them, whereas you can go and buy a used tractor for a very decent price. So it's kind of hard to justify going out and buying a new tractor, you know, putting 1,000 hours on it and then losing $100,000 in depreciation, you know? So it's just kind of one of those things. When is next time you'll be in Lake Geneva? I don't know. I kind of like Lake Geneva, actually. I would go back. Hi, I have a farm and is not making much money. Help, please. I don't really know much about your operation, but try expanding. Try looking for new markets, shopping around for where you can take your products. How much money do you make with YouTube? Less than $30,000 a year. Who's your favorite country music singer? No, it's fine. Like I said before, if you keep asking, Two Farm Boys, I don't. I miss a lot of comments because there's just so many and I can't answer them all. Favorite country music singer? Well, I don't really like many of the new singers. I really liked Brooks and Dunn. George